This is a quick overview and how-to for the paper pack. First thing you're going to want to do when you download the file is to unzip it. And once you do that, you'll be presented with this folder right here. And inside you have the 30 high-res textures, and all these are 4500 by 4500 pixels or 15 by 15 inches at 300 dpi. And there's also a repeats folder, and inside there are 23 of those 30 textures included as seamless repeats. The vast majority of them are 250 by 250 pixels, but 4 of them are 500 by 500 pixels to reduce the appearance of any kind of seams or repeating textures, stuff like that. I'm just going to jump in and show a handful of the textures that are included in this pack in Photoshop, and these are the full res ones. As you can see, they have a lot of different texture to them. They're all real paper scans. These weren't created digitally. They're all real paper that was scanned in and then maybe adjusted just a tiny bit if there was anything wrong with them. There's quite a few different ones, and if you see different colors of different papers, those are actually real different colors of different papers. They're not just the same paper recolored a bunch of different times. I'm really not a fan of doing that. But overall, there's a pretty decent selection ranging from really subtle papers to really aggressive papers like this one that are all handmade and have a bunch of crazy stuff going on in them. And this is one of the really subtle examples that works really nice if you're not trying to be too loud, but you still want to give it a little bit more character or charm that you wouldn't get by using a solid color. And also I'm going to jump in and just load up a few different of these repeats so you can kind of take a look at how they look. So this is one of them. Here's another. And here's a third one. So you can tell most of these work pretty darn well. I think they'd be pretty cool for web design, or in any case if you have like a huge file that you want to make and the 15 inches by 15 inches isn't quite big enough with what I included on these ones. If you want to change the colors in these, and once again I haven't really done that already, so hopefully if you do it later on the effects will be a little bit better, more realistic looking since they haven't been digitally altered too much already. You can hit Control U or Command U and that brings up hue saturation, and that's probably the easiest way to do this, and you can just kind of go through and select a different color to figure out what you want. Another way of doing it is you can hit a new layer button right here and fill it with a color of your choice. I'm just going to pick something kind of random like a bright blue, and I'm hitting Alt and then backspace to fill that. And then you can change the layer mode to either multiply, which tends to make things darker. In this case it makes it green as it's multiplying that blue over the orange, or color, which tends to keep things a little bit brighter. Once again, you can hit Control U or Command U on a Mac and adjust this overlay layer now to whatever color you want. And I almost always use either color or multiply. Multiply if I'm trying to make something a little bit darker, and color if I'm just trying to actually shift the color itself. It seems to work pretty well. And if you have a file where you don't want to necessarily change the original one by using a hue saturation right on it, using another layer like this can help quite a bit. But hopefully that gives you a pretty darn good idea of what's included in this pack. If you have any questions about this pack, don't hesitate to ask in the comments section. I'll do my best to answer them as quickly as I can. Thanks for watching.